Hey guys, happy Friday afternoon if you're listening to it today. Welcome back to Unqualified Critics. There's a new Countercade that dropped with no announcement, at least not one that I saw. It just sort of propagated on QVC's website, and it is Galaga 88. Now, if you want to stay up to date on the latest news and the most unbiased reviews in home arcade gaming, make sure you are subscribed and do hit the notification bell. It helps with the algorithm that I'm sure you guys have heard of from other people on YouTube. It really does make a difference. It keeps the channel growing and it helps you be notified when I've got new content that you can check out. So Galaga 88 dropped. I did a community post on this and I thought, you know what? So many people have wanted a Galaga 88 cabinet from Arcade1up that let's just do a video and let's chat about it. The design of the cabinet looks pretty slick. Because so many people are excited about that game, I'm really glad to see it. I'm also glad to see we're finally getting a decent lineup of different titles on a Countercade. 1UP has been super stingy with these games lists. Now the Partycades, which in many cases don't cost that much more, come with great games lists of like 8 titles, but the Countercades often come with just 2. So I'm glad to see we get 5. We get Galaga 88, we get Galaga, we get kind of the spiritual predecessor to Galaga, of course, Galaxian. By the way, imagine doing 2 different games and having sequels or logos as similar as the Galaxian logo and the Galaga logo. I mean, we kind of accept that now because the games are linked, and people who like Galaga also, I think, in many cases do like to go back and play Galaxian. But imagine Galaga hitting, and it just looks just like the other game that came out a couple years ago. It's kind of funny. Gaplus finally hitting. I don't know that 1UP's done this before. I know none of my products from 1UP, none of my other cabinets that should have Gaplus, they don't have it. So I'm glad to see that here. And then Xevious is included too. So you're getting a nice bit of variety. You're getting 5 titles. And you're getting a cabinet that looks pretty good. And best of all, it's $130. Now, I don't know how long this will last. I really suspect it may sell out quickly. And I realize that saying that with QVC on my screen, I sound like one of these QVC shills. But this is a pretty good price, and this is a title a lot of people are going to want. So if you are planning to buy it, I'd probably would jump on it ASAP. Of course, they have the Miss Pack 40th, which looks pretty good. And it has an interesting games list itself, although confusingly Galaxian, but not Galaga. But King and Balloon and Rompers, I don't believe titles 1UP has done before. And then Super Pack, in addition to Miss Pack. And then for Pac-Man, there's no image, so I can't tell you guys what titles are on that. I'm really not sure. And the Miss Pack looks pretty good, but it's been out for a while. But to me, the news really is Galaga 88. So the machine looks pretty good. Here's an example of the original hardware. Now, I didn't play this in the arcades. This was a game I played on TurboGrafx. So to me, you always want to play it on the original format that you played it to get that maximum nostalgia. And for me, that happens to just not be the arcade. It happens to be the turbo. But for many of you, the arcade, and of course that being the definitive version of the game, as is always the case. So if you're interested in it, check that out. Hopefully we can see stand-up variants, 3/4 scale variants of some of these other titles that, yes, 1UP is releasing, but where's our 3/4 scale Galaga 88? Their production cost and the cost to even just set up to produce these Countercade seems to be a lot less. And I'm guessing that based on we get a little more obscure titles like Galaga 88 that we're not getting in a 3/4 scale. So we know they have to sell 3,000 3/4 scale cabinets to break even. My guess is that number is lower for the Countercades, or maybe it's not lower, but it's easier for them to sell 3,000 because, I mean, look at this price, $130 instead of $3 to like $8 million or whatever the most expensive 1UP is these days. So that's cool, but I really think 1UP needs to then evolve a little bit. Why not sell kits to convert your Galaga cabinet to a Galaga 88 with a new PCB and new side panels? And just like they used to do back in the day with arcade machines, many of those titles, arcade operators would have the ability, just like with Star Wars to Empire, hey, we already have this Star Wars cabinet and we don't want to spend another $4,800, so let's just convert it over. It worked well for real arcades because these were big, heavy machines. And yes, the 3/4 scale titles are lighter and smaller, but they're still big and heavy as a retail product. So I think 1UP could be doing this. I think it would win them a lot of goodwill from the community, and I think it would just give their products that much more life and versatility. I don't know that we're ever going to see it, but to me it makes a lot of sense. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. 130 bucks. Are you buying this, or are you've had enough of Galaga, and you don't need yet another Galaga re-release? Let's hear it. Hit like in the video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys soon.